October is nearly here, spooky season is upon us, but more importantly, we got new Nintendo Switch games to talk about. And I know I've said this before, but the Nintendo Switch will destroy your wallet in the month of October because there are a ton of great games coming out on the system. We're gonna skip the long-winded intros. I'm RGT85. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and like and share the video. There is a like challenge for one of the games in this video as well. A game I really don't want to play, but if you guys meet the like challenge, I will play it for you. But without any further ado, let's talk about the banger of the month that the Nintendo Switch is going to have in October 2021. Kicking things off on October 1st, we have FIFA 22 Legacy Edition. Now, I'm showing you a FIFA 18 trailer because, well, nothing's changed in this game. They're just updating the rosters, which, you know, people like to make fun of sports games and say that that's all they do, but they are literally changing nothing in this game. And I hate the Legacy Edition of games, but I know a lot of people do like FIFA. I know a lot of people like soccer, so I feel like I should mention that FIFA 22 Legacy Edition does come out on October 1st. On October 5th, we have Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania coming to the Nintendo Switch, and this is a game I definitely have my eye on. Now, essentially what this is it's an enhanced remaster of the first 3 console games in the Super Monkey Ball franchise. I remember playing these games on the GameCube, and I absolutely loved them. You know, a physics-based puzzle game in which you have a monkey and a ball, and you got to go from one side of the map to the other in the fastest time possible. It's a very simple concept, but it's a concept that can be very addicting, especially when you factor in that this game is going to have online leaderboards. I think the graphics look good. You know, there's a bunch of new characters that they're adding in, like Sega consoles and stuff that you put in a ball, and really, let's be honest, monkeys are weird and monkeys are cool. Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania comes out on October 5th and is definitely one of the highlights of the month for me. Also on October 5th, we have Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which I'm surprised so many people are like heavily into this game. Me personally, most of the characters that are in it, they just don't really hit with me because I wasn't watching Nickelodeon at the time, but you know, there's like SpongeBob in the game and stuff like that. People are obsessed with SpongeBob, but essentially what this is Nickelodeon's version of a Smash Brothers clone. Now there are some cool characters such as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle characters and Ren and Stimpy, and that's kind of where my interest comes with this game because I think it does have potential. It seems like the game is going to have rollback netcode as well, so this game could potentially play better than Smash Brothers plays online on the Nintendo Switch, which I mean would be a lot of fun. It seems like there's a lot of hype for this game and a lot of people are looking forward to it. So Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl coming out on October 5th. I think this game is going to be a huge success. October 8th is going to be a very big day for Nintendo Switch owners because we have 2 new games coming out and a new console. Let's talk about the new console first with the Nintendo Switch OLED model. Now, a lot of people are downplaying this, and rightfully so. It's not any stronger than the current base model that we have on the marketplace. The only real difference with it is, of course, the OLED screen, but I feel like the OLED screen is going to be very important, especially if you play your system in handheld mode a lot like I do. That OLED screen is going to make these games pop like never before, and I think it's going to be a very nice experience with this new screen. Of course, we also have the mysterious dock with this system as well. Why does the dock get updates, firmware updates, and things like that? What does it mean? What are you hiding, Nintendo? You're hiding something. You are hiding something. But I think the Nintendo Switch OLED model is a very cool thing. I, of course, am picking one up, and I will do a review on it for you guys. But if you're sort of on the fence about it, you might want to wait a little bit. And as far as the games are concerned, we have Metroid Dread coming out on October 8th, the game that's evidently going to sell 100 million copies and be the most popular game of all time, even though, well, no other Metroid game has ever sold over 3 million copies before. Look, people, I'm not trying to make you mad. These are just the facts of the situation. Now, with that being said, I'm really looking forward to this game. I have bought 2 copies of the game. I got the collector's edition, and I'm buying a digital copy to actually play. And this game looks, well, freaking fantastic. It's that classic 2D Metroidvania style of gameplay that we've loved since the Super Metroid game on the Super Nintendo. I think all the cool areas that Samus visits look great. The new characters look great. Samus herself looks great, along with the other upgrades she'll get in this game. It's going to be an awesome game. It's not a matter of whether the game is good or not. I'm just kind of curious to see how this game sells. At the end of the day, though, I bought 2 copies, which is probably one more than you're buying, so I care more about this game when it comes out on the 8th than you do. How does that make you feel? And the other game on October 8th is Tetris Effect Connected. Now, I've never played this game before, but I like the way it looks because it kind of looks like Tetris on like acid or something like that. I've never done really too many psychedelics or anything like that, but I imagine if you took like LSD or acid and then you played Tetris, like this is what your brain would see. Now this game is going to offer online competitive modes and online co-op modes, which I think is really cool, and the online is actually cross-platform play, so no matter what system your friends have this game on, you can play with them via the online modes in this game. I think this game is going to look absolutely spectacular on the Nintendo Switch OLED screen as well. It's going to be a really good showcase for the game because of all the vivid colors that you see within Tetris Effect Connected, so I'm definitely looking forward to snagging this game on October 8th. On October 12th, we have Disco Elysium Final Cut. Now, this game was actually announced during the latest Nintendo Direct, and it's a game that kind of caught my eye. It's essentially an isometric role-playing game in which you play as a detective with a bunch of skill systems at your disposal, and you have this whole city that you can explore, and basically, you interrogate characters, you crack murders, you take bribes, and of course, you level up your character with the skill system. You could kind of be a hero, you could kind of be a dirtbag, and I kind of like that aesthetic to it. Now, the Final Cut version of the game actually features full voice acting for all of the characters in the game, which kind of makes the game come to life on the Nintendo Switch. This is a game that I think will be a hidden gem. The original game got really good review scores and it was like one of the best games of the previous year, so I don't anticipate this game being a disappointment for the Nintendo Switch. Disco Elysium Final Cut, October 12th. On October 15th, we have the Crysis Remastered trilogy coming out on the Nintendo Switch. Now, of course, Crysis Remastered 1 has already come out, and it was a game I really enjoyed playing. I did a full review of it. You guys really seemed to enjoy that review, but that was actually my first time playing Crysis. The only Crysis game I had played previously was Crysis 3 on the Xbox 360. Well, now the other two Crysis games are getting remastered and released on the Nintendo Switch, and supposedly, Crysis 3 Remastered runs excellent on the Switch according to Digital Foundry, so I will be checking out both of these games when they hit the Switch because I love first-person shooters. The open air aspect of these games really makes it a lot of fun, and there's a lot of different ways to tackle your enemies and tackle your objectives, which I always find to be a very good game for replay value. So Crysis Remastered Trilogy on October 15th. Alright, so I told you there was a like challenge, and it's for this game. YouTuber's Life 2 on October 19th. Evidently, this chronicalizes my life as a YouTuber and what I do on a daily basis, and looking at this trailer, no, my life is nothing like this. My life has never been anything like this, and my life will end up being nothing like this. But if you want to see me torture myself and play this game, just to see how realistic it is compared to what my life actually is, get this video to 4,000 likes within 48 hours of the upload. I will be checking it, and if you guys hit this goal, I guess I'll buy the game and play it, and I'll compare it to my real life. YouTuber's Life 2, October 19th. This isn't real life. Another game coming out on October 19th is Dying Light Platinum Edition. Now, I'm definitely picking up this copy on day one because there's a lot of cool physical goodies that come with it. But beyond that, I've never played this game before, and it really seems like something that I would be into, sort of this open world aesthetic where you basically create your own characters, try to survive all of these zombies, and just try to, you know, progress throughout the game. It's a really interesting concept, and the original game that came out on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One was very highly reviewed. So playing this game, I think will be a lot of fun. I'm very curious to see the technical perspective of the Nintendo Switch version of the game, such as resolution and more importantly, frame rate. But I'm definitely checking out Dying Light Platinum Edition when it comes out on October 19th because it seems like a game that I would like. Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy comes out on October 26th via the cloud on the Nintendo Switch, and honestly, I have no interest in this game. I don't really know who any of these people are, who any of these characters are. Like the little raccoon dude looks cool, and the fact that it's a cloud-based game as well, it's just not really my cup of tea. But to say that Marvel stuff isn't very popular and isn't very successful is a silly thing to say. So I know a lot of you guys might be low-key interested in this game. I will be interested to see how the cloud version performs on the Nintendo Switch. Usually they do a free demo when they launch a cloud version of the game just to see how your internet is, to see if it's capable of handling the cloud versions of the game. So I might end up checking out that free demo just for shits and giggles. But yeah, Marvel Guardian of the Galaxy comes out on October 26th, and meh. It wouldn't be a Halloween spooky video if we didn't have a spooky game to talk about. And Fatal Frame, The Maiden of Blackwater comes out on October 28th, and I absolutely love this game. I think this game on the Wii U was absolutely fantastic. Having the camera obscura, taking pictures to, you know, sort of defeat these ghosts and get them away from you. This game is a genuinely chilling game. It's a very scary game, and it's a game that touches on a lot of dark subject matter, which I think is pretty cool. You know, it's stuff that you have to talk about. It's stuff that that is involved in real life. And I feel like this game does a good job of representing that sort of stuff, and of course adding a supernatural feel to it. Like I said, this was one of my favorite Wii U games. To see this game coming out on the Nintendo Switch is an absolute joy. Yes, it doesn't have the Nintendo costumes that the previous game did have on the Wii U, and that does kind of suck. And the physical edition of this game is only coming out in Japan, which once again, that kind of sucks. Like, why isn't this a physical version on everything? The problem with the Wii U version was that it was stuck on the Wii U as a digital only game, and now you're creating the same situation unless you import it. So I'm probably just going to import it as well. But yes, Fatal Frame: Maiden of Blackwater, one of my favorite horror games of all time, comes out on October 28th on the Switch and is definitely a day one buy for you guys. And the final game of the month is our second Nintendo published game, and that is, of course, Mario Party Superstars on October 29th. Now, this is a compilation of 5 of the boards from the N64 Mario Party games, and you can play everything online. You can play actual board games online, you can play mini games online, everything in this game is online, and it's kind of like, well, that's what the first Mario Party on the Switch should have been. That was the biggest problem with it. Half of the modes you couldn't play online, so it really limited the fun. Whereas this, you could play it anytime with anyone, anywhere. So I am looking forward to this game. I probably will actually pick up this game on day one, even though I didn't really play the Mario Party N64 games all that much because, well, we were playing like GoldenEye and WCW NWO Revenge. But I think this game has a lot of potential. The fact that everything is online is a huge win in my opinion, and it's definitely something I'm looking forward to. So those are some of the highlights of the month of October for the Nintendo Switch. But what's crazy is we didn't even talk about the fact that the N64 and the Sega Genesis consoles are coming to the Nintendo Switch's online service if you upgrade your membership. And that's supposed to be happening at the end of October as well. So that's a whole nother slew of games that you're going to be able to play. Games such as, you know, the Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64. And you can play these games online with up to 4 people if they're multiplayer games. So, oh man, that's going to be freaking awesome, and I cannot wait for that. And of course, you got the Sega Genesis and the N64 controller that they're also releasing as well. But the Genesis controller pisses me off because Japan is getting a 6 button, yet we're only getting a 3 button. Well, what's up with that, Nintendo? That's pretty half-assed. But those are the games of the month of October 2021 for the Nintendo Switch. Absolutely stacked. A lot of money is going to be spent. Let me know in the comments section down below what games you plan on picking up. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Make sure you guys hit that like challenge if you want to torture me. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.